You set a big money goal every January. This is the year I finally get my finances together. I'm going to save more, spend less, and actually be an adult with money. So you download a budgeting app, you make categories, maybe you even color code your expenses like a financial rainbow. For about 2 weeks, you're killing it. You cook at home, you avoid Amazon, you move a little into savings, and you feel weirdly proud every time you check your account. Then life happens. Your car needs a repair, your friends invite you out. Come on, you never do anything fun. You have one awful Tuesday and think, I deserve this. And suddenly, you're back on DoorDash at 11 p.m. By the middle of the month, you're staring at your bank app thinking, where did it all go? How am I already this low? I just got paid. So you push the goal to later. I'll be serious in March. Okay, I'll start in the summer. Fine, 2026 will be my year. And if you zoom out, you had that same conversation with yourself for years, but your bank balance hasn't really changed. If that feels even a little bit like you, this video is exactly what you need for 2026. My name is Smart, and I spend way too much time thinking about how ordinary people can actually build wealth using simple money systems and the psychology of money. If you're someone who feels like you work hard, but your bank account never seems to move, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. In this video, we're breaking down the top 5 money habits to master in 2026. Not never drink coffee again, not live on rice and beans forever. These are realistic habits that, number 1, respect how your brain actually works. Number 2, use simple math you can see on a calculator. And number 3, can start changing your finances this month. Stick around until the end because I'm going to share a slightly uncomfortable idea. Why the most important money habit has nothing to do with budgeting apps or picking the right stock, and everything to do with your identity. Let's start by blowing up a really common belief. Here's the thing. Most people think their money problem is about one of 3 things. I just don't make enough. I need the right budgeting system or app. I'm bad with money. I need more discipline. Look, income matters, information matters, discipline matters. But the numbers don't really support that story. According to the Federal Reserve's survey of household economic and decision-making, about 37% of adults say they would struggle to cover a $400 emergency with cash or savings. And a 2023 report from Lending Club found that roughly 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, including nearly half of people earning over $100,000 a year. So clearly, this is not just a poor people don't know how to budget problem. There are broke high earners and there are average earners quietly doing just fine. Here's what most people don't realize. Your long-term financial results are driven far more by your habits and systems than by your income or your intelligence. You do not need to out-earn everyone. You need to out-habit them. So let's go through the 5 money habits I want you to master in 2026, and more importantly, the psychology behind why they work. Habit number 1, pay yourself first automatically. We're starting with the habit that makes all the other habits easier. Most people run their financial life on this default script. Get paid, then pay bills, then spend, and if anything's left, maybe save or invest. That script guarantees you'll never build serious wealth, because if anything's left is usually nothing. Instead, people who actually build wealth flip the script. Get paid, pay future you first, then pay bills, then spend what's left. In the real world, that means automation. On payday, money should automatically move out of your checking account into 2 places: a savings account for emergencies and short-term goals, and an investment account. That might be a 401k, an IRA, or a brokerage account, depending on what you have. All of this happens before you see that money as spendable. Why automate? Because willpower is a terrible long-term plan. Psychology time. We're wired with something called present bias. We massively overvalue right now, and we undervalue 20 years from now. That's why $60 on delivery tonight feels really real, while $60 invested for your future feels like, I'll do that later when I have more. Automation protects you from you. Let's put some numbers on it. Say your take-home pay is $3,500 a month after taxes. If you decide to pay yourself first at 12%, that's $3,500 times 0.12, which equals $420 a month automatically going to savings and investing. Now let's say that $420 goes into a simple, low-cost index fund that historically has returned about 7% per year over the long term. No guarantees, markets go up and down, but that's the long-term ballpark after inflation. After 20 years, that habit alone grows to roughly $220,000 to $230,000. After 30 years, you're looking at around $470,000 to $500,000. Same job, same person, no lottery wins, just a different habit on payday. Now, you might be thinking, smart, I can't do 12%. I can barely afford everything now. Okay, so don't start at 12%. Start at 1%. If you bring home $2,000 a month, 1% is $20. Set up an automatic transfer of $20 to savings or investing on payday. The amount is not the point in January. The habit and the identity is. Every time I get paid, some of this belongs to future me. Then, every 3 to 6 months, bump that percentage up by 1 or 2%. Eventually, you hit a number that genuinely moves the needle. Your spending will quietly adjust to what's left in checking. It already does. We're just flipping that script in your favor. Habit number 2, the 10-minute weekly money check-in. Most people run their finances like they run that one chaotic junk drawer in the kitchen. They know it's a mess, they just don't open it. But you cannot fix what you refuse to look at. Surveys show most people don't have a written budget and genuinely don't know, within even a few $100s, where their money went last month. That's like trying to lose weight without ever stepping on a scale or looking at what you eat. So habit number 2 is a 10-minute weekly money check-in. Not 4 hours in Excel, 10 minutes. Here's exactly what you do once a week, say Sunday night. Step 1, open all your accounts. That means checking, savings, credit cards, and investments. Step 2, write down 3 numbers. Number 1, your total cash, which is checking plus savings. Number 2, your total debt, which is credit cards plus loans. Number 3, a rough net worth, which is cash plus investments minus debt. Step 3, scan the last 7 days of transactions. Look for the big categories, not every $3 coffee. Things like housing, food and delivery, transportation, shopping and entertainment, and subscriptions. Step 4, ask one honest question. Is my money going toward the life I actually want, or just whatever is right in front of me this week? That's it. Why is this so powerful? There's something called the ostrich effect. When we're stressed about money, we avoid looking at it, hoping that somehow by not checking, it'll hurt less. But the anxiety isn't coming from the numbers, it's coming from the uncertainty. The first couple of check-ins might feel uncomfortable. You might not like what you see. This is where it gets really interesting. After a few weeks, your brain shifts from "I'm overwhelmed" to "okay, I see the problem, and I can actually do something about it." You start making tiny adjustments without needing a dramatic budget. You might say, last month I spent $320 on delivery. This month I'm setting a $150 cap. Or I'm paying $40 a month for stuff I don't use. Cancel, cancel, cancel. You don't need a 47-category budget. You need consistent awareness and small course corrections. And if you track those 3 numbers, cash, debt, and net worth, every week in the same notebook or app, you'll literally see your progress, even if it moves slowly. That visual evidence is what keeps you going when motivation isn't there. Habit number 3, add friction to spending and remove friction from saving. Here's the thing. Most people try to fix their money problems by saying, "I'll just stop spending. I'll try harder. No more eating out ever." That's like saying, "I'll just stop being hungry." It ignores how your environment and habits actually work. Your environment beats your willpower every time. If your paycheck lands in one account and you use one card for everything, you're making it incredibly easy to overspend and incredibly hard to save. So habit number 3 for 2026 is simple. Make saving and investing easier than spending. One of the simplest ways to do this is the 3-account system. Account number 1, a bills account. Your paycheck lands here. All fixed bills auto-pay from here. Rent, utilities, internet, phone, subscriptions, minimum loan payments. You don't use this card for daily spending. Account number 2, spending account.
Once or twice a month, you move a set amount from bills to spending. This covers groceries, gas, eating out, and fun money. When the balance hits zero, you're done until the next refill. Account number 3, savings and investments accounts. Automatic transfers from the bills account go here on payday. That's habit number 1 in action. Then you add a few simple friction rules. For example, a 24-hour rule for any non-essential purchase over, say, $100. You wait 1 day before buying. You remove your card from one-click checkouts. You don't store your card info in shopping apps. Psychologically, this uses mental accounting. We treat money differently depending on which bucket it's in. We're just making those buckets deliberate. Bills money is non-negotiable. Spending money is flexible. Saving and investing money is off limits except for its purpose. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds annoying. Exactly. It should be a little annoying to spend and effortless to save. That tiny bit of friction is often the difference between I impulse bought it and I don't actually need this. You're not trying to be a hero with willpower. You're rigging the game in your favor.
Habit number 4, invest automatically, no matter what the headlines say. A lot of people want their money to grow, but they're stuck in this loop. I'll start investing when the market calms down. I'm waiting for the next crash. I'll start when I learn more. Look, most of those people never start. Meanwhile, long-term data shows that a broad U.S. stock market index has historically returned around 10% a year before inflation, or roughly 7% after inflation over many decades. Not every year, some years are ugly, but over 20, 30, 40 years, that's the average. Yet studies from firms like Jalbar show the average investor underperforms the market because they buy when everything feels great and expensive, they sell when everything feels scary and cheap, and they constantly jump in and out. Here's what most people don't realize. You don't need to be a genius to grow your money. You need to be consistent. That's where dollar cost averaging comes in. You pick a diversified low-cost fund that fits your situation, often an index fund or a target date retirement fund. You set up a fixed dollar amount to invest every month or every paycheck. When prices are high, you buy fewer shares. When prices are low, you buy more. Over time, your average cost smooths out. Let's do a real example. You decide in 2026, I'm going to invest $200 a month no matter what. If your investments earn an average of 7% per year over the long term, after 10 years, you'll have put in $24,000. With growth, that becomes about $34,000 to $36,000. After 20 years, you'll have contributed $48,000. With growth, you're in the ballpark of $100,000 to $105,000. Now, you might be thinking, smart, $200 a month is a lot. I can't do that. Okay, start with $25 or $50 a month. At the beginning, the habit and the identity are more important than the dollar amount. And yes, you'll see your investments go up and down. Some years will suck. That's normal. The people who benefit are the ones who keep contributing anyway. Quick disclaimer, I'm not your financial advisor. This isn't personalized investment advice. You should always do your own research and consider your own risk tolerance and taxes. But as a habit, automatic long-term investing has historically been one of the most reliable ways for ordinary people to grow their money. Habit number 5, raise your earning power and capture the gains. So far, we've been playing defense. You're saving automatically, you're tracking your money weekly, you're designing your environment, you're investing consistently. All of that is crucial, but you can only cut expenses so much. Your rent will never be zero. Groceries will never be zero. At some point, if you want your money to grow faster, you need to make it more. Here's what most people don't realize. Your income is not a fixed personality trait. It's a skill set. It's a mix of the problems you can solve, the value you create, how you communicate, and how you negotiate and position yourself. And all of that is trainable. Let's do some simple math. Say you're making $45,000 a year in 2026. If your income stays flat for 10 years while prices creep up, you're effectively giving yourself a slow pay cut. But if you can grow your income by just 5% a year through promotions, job changes, a side hustle, whatever, here's what happens. 45,000 times 1.05 to the power of 10 is roughly $73,000. That's more than a 60% increase in a decade. Now combine that with the other habits. You're paying yourself first, you're blocking lifestyle creep with friction and awareness, you're investing consistently. A big chunk of that extra $28,000 per year can go directly into wealth building, not just nicer car payments and random upgrades. So, what does this habit actually look like in 2026? Pick one mean earning power project for the year. That might be a skill upgrade, learning something that clearly pays more in your field: data skills, sales, management, design, coding, whatever your industry values. It might be a career upgrade, building a portfolio, practicing interviewing, and applying consistently to better roles instead of settling. Or it might be a side income, turning something you're already good at, like tutoring, editing, coaching, or design, into your first $100 to $300 a month. Then set a rule. I will spend at least 5 hours focused a week improving my earning power. Not scrolling business motivation videos, not just thinking about it. Actually practicing skills, sending applications, building things, talking to people. And here's the crucial part. When your income goes up, your saving and investing go up too. That's where you can add a simple raise rule. Anytime your pay increases, you send 50% of that increase straight to saving, investing, or debt payoff, and you use the other 50% to improve your lifestyle. That way, your life gets better and your wealth grows faster every year. This is where it gets really interesting. The real money habit under all of this isn't just save more, it's this. I'm the kind of person who always creates a gap between what I earn and what I spend, and I use that gap to build freedom. Once that's part of your identity, the specific tactics almost don't matter. You'll keep finding ways to win. So let's bring it all together, and here's your challenge. The top 5 money habits to master in 2026 are: number 1, pay yourself automatically even if it's 1% to start. Let systems protect you from yourself. Number 2, do a 10-minute weekly money check-in. Know your numbers, kill the anxiety of not knowing. Number 3, add friction to spending and remove friction from saving. Use separate accounts and simple rules to rig the game in your favor. Number 4, invest automatically every month. Don't wait for the perfect time. Let dollar cost averaging and time work for you. And number 5, raise your earning power and capture the gains. Treat income as a skill, not fate, and then lock in each raise for your future you. You thought you were just trying to get better with money, but really you're building a completely different version of yourself. Someone who's not afraid to open their bank app, someone whose default systems quietly build wealth in the background, someone with the one luxury most people never get: options. So here's my challenge for you. Pick one of these habits, just one, and start this week. Set up a tiny automatic transfer, even $20. Do your first 10-minute money check-in on Sunday. Open a separate spending account and move next week's fun money into it. Turn on automatic investing, even at $25 to $50 a month. Block off 5 hours this week for your 2026 income project. Your future self is going to exist no matter what. The only question is whether they're stressed and stuck or calm and in control because you built these habits now. If this video helps you think differently about money, hit that like button so more people can find it, and subscribe for more videos on building real-world wealth with simple systems and smart psychology. And tell me in the comments, which one of these 5 habits are you committing to first in 2026? I read as many as I can, and I might turn your questions into future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.